What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please be sure to like the video. It's a free way to support the channel. Also, subscribe because today is Throwback Thursday. So, one of my favorite shows from Shonda Rhimes that was not a part of the TGIT trio lineup is For the People. In my opinion, it's one of the most underrated shows from Shonda. Okay. We have three public defenders on the left and then three prosecutors on the right in this picture here. The United States District Court for the Southern District of New York, also known as the Mother Court, is the oldest district court in the nation and the setting for the newest drama from the mind of Shonda Rhimes. I'm reading the abstract. Focusing on the lives and careers of the brand new lawyers working for both the defense and the prosecution and handling some of the most high profile and high stakes federal cases in the country, For the People follows talented professionals as their lives intersect both in and out of the courtroom, which I loved. Okay. And this is actually where Regé-Jean Page, who's one of my favorite actors as well from Bridgerton, but he got introduced to Shonda Rhimes, and his work on this show caused her to cast him for Bridgerton and pretty much introduce him to the entire world. Because when I looked on the credits, his name wasn't even listed for the main cast members. He was a secondary cast member, which I thought was really funny because after Bridgerton, a lot of people found out about this show and they watched it. But basically, what this show was is it was, in my opinion, something that shed light on not only the negative aspects of our judicial system, but also, some of the positives, right? Like they helped a young boy who was an immigrant and his father was deported, so they were trying to help him. He was like really young, maybe like 7, okay? But then we also had, three prosecutors who really believed that upholding the law is the only way that in our society we can maintain order from what would be, chaos, right? Like you need to have some type of rules in order to have people not just run amok and destroy themselves and each other. So that balance, I think, of, truth and justice really came through. And then, of course, we got a chance to see each of the lawyers' personal lives and, their love lives and them maintaining friendships with each other and trying to balance, being friends across the aisle when they work, for just completely different aspects of the same case. I loved it. I found it riveting. I really wish that maybe they could bring it back. I don't know. Jasmine Savoy Brown, she's on the left. She's been in, several other shows, but, Hope Davis, Ben Shrinkman, who is standing beside Reggae, and Susanna Flood, who's on the far right. She actually, a caveat here, but she said that after Reggae was cast in Bridgerton, she said that her friends were so jealous of the fact that, there was a scene where they had an embrace because they were flirting, somewhat dating on the show. And she gave him a peck on the cheek when she walked out of the restaurant. But I just thought that was really funny. This show, I think, it was amazing. It reminded me of, like I could tell it was a Shonda Rhimes show. It reminded me of Scandal because she likes lawyers and legal shows like Olivia Pope and Associates. They were all lawyers, and the How To crew, they were all law students. And so these are all lawyers as well. And I never realized how much, how many shows now that I'm making these recaps, I'm like, yeah, Shonda loves a good lawyer show. But they were really smart and their opening arguments were really, well written. Shonda is a writer herself. She said that she's actually supporting the writers right now on strike. But and she wouldn't let them deviate. See, some shows will let you ad lib and, but she said that she respects her writers way too much and she works on the lines, way too hard to have the actors come and just give their own interpretation. So she's like, no, I would like for you to to read them as they're written. But every single episode, I really miss it. Like I think that there was something to be gained from each episode, whether it was learning about empathy, whether it was teaching about the legal system. I think that every single episode allowed you to see from both sides of the prosecution versus being, the public defenders. Because you can frame something, and skew it to however your arc of justice is or your moral compass is bent towards. So if you see somebody stealing a loaf of bread, you know what I mean, are you going to, you know get that person in trouble, or are you going to empathize with their human need to eat and satiate that hunger? um I just thought that the show was brilliant. I mean, I really enjoy Shonda's writing style. I think that she's very in tune with what people are really looking for, that nuance of um I don't know, just the interpersonal dialogue is really sharp and edgy and funny and quick-witted, but at the same time it's not too biting, like it's not too sarcastic. It can still come across as empathetic and caring about the human condition. And I think that that's something that she has proven time and time again, and she always gets really, like younger actors, and they're very hardworking because she's hardworking. They have a very strong work ethic, and that comes through in all of her projects. And so I really enjoyed this show. And if you guys have a chance, you can check it out. I think it's on Hulu. But yeah, it did not get the love that I would have liked it to. But like I said, it's getting love here on this channel. So for the people, you guys go and stream it. Drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on all these lawyers in the oldest court in New York, District, the Southern District of New York Federal Court. Okay, I'm so sleepy, you guys. I apologize, but I definitely want to get my videos out for Throwback Thursday because, like I said, this is my favorite day of the week to make content. So I am a little bit tired. You have to work with me here. But yeah, I do. I hope that we see more of this cast in the future. And I do know Weesum has his own, has a podcast. So he's in between Jasmine and Britt Robertson. That's her name. She played Sandra Bell. So he's between Jasmine and Brett there on the left. He was one of the public defenders, but he has a really good podcast called We Sam's World, and he actually had Reggae on as a star, and they talk about everything under the sun. So you guys check that out. But yeah, drop down in the comments. Let me know if you guys have, seen the show, heard of the show, if you liked it or not. And please be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you're new here. And with that being said, I will talk to you later. Take care, Aces. Bye.